Hi all, this is a little video newsletter for you on the Corporate Transparency Act with the federal requirement to report beneficial ownership information. I'm Angie Tony, CPA. So this act became effective January 1st, 2024. If you had something called a reporting company prior to January 1st, you have a year up to December 31st, 2024 to be in compliance. If you form a new business after January 1st or January 1st and after, you have 90 days in which to comply. What does this mean? Well, the federal government is trying to crack down on financial crimes, and having fake businesses, fake LLCs and so on, they can money launder, right? And so we're trying to combat this and require owners of businesses to identify themselves in this massive database that the government is creating called BOSS, Beneficial Owner Secure System. It's not that difficult. I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to feel that you got to go spend a lot of money on an attorney and so forth to get this done. You can do this yourself. Probably takes less than 10 minutes. And we're going to walk through that right now. Let's answer some of your burning questions. You can file for it right here on the site, fincen.gov/BOI. And I'm going to walk you through the application in a minute. Showing you that there are a lot of frequently asked questions also available on the site that you can jump in and see how to make sure that you're properly in compliance. All right, one of the things I wanted to share with you is this list of exempt business. If you're in doubt, file it, because the penalties are huge. I'm talking civil penalties up to $500 a day, criminal fine up to $10,000, and imprisonment up to 2 years. So we don't want to fool around with this. It's a very simple thing. Again, not to panic. So I see accounting firm is listed, and some people will think that because you're an accounting firm, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It means if you're a large company, large operating company where you're already under Sarbanes-Oxley rules and things like that, that have you highly regulated, that's why some of these make the cut, right? So Big Four, or I believe they describe it as larger than 20 employees and $5 million in revenue and so forth. Those are identifying you as a large business, and you may not have to do this. But again, when in doubt, I think you should do it. All right, as I said, it looks just like this. And then you're going to click on the link to get started. When you get started, it's going to take you here. You can either do it via a PDF, download to your computer, answer the questions, upload your ID, and then you put all of it all together and upload it to the site. Or you can just do it right there online. And I'm going to show you the application directly. All right, let's just jump to the top of this. You just click initial, it's your initial report, so it's required, right? So if it's your first time, you're going to save that, and then it's going to gray out all these parts that you don't need to do right now. The only time you have to come back and do this is if your beneficial owner has changed. Then you're going to come back in and update. Otherwise, you're good to go. Now you're going to put the reporting, the legal name, anything with an asterisk obviously is required. Request to receive a FinCEN identifier. You can create your ID if you want to. That's optional. But here you're going to put the legal name of the company, and then look, when you hover over, there are even more explanations, so you don't have to worry that there's not enough information of what to do and you're going to get confused. All right. The ID number can be the EIN. Generally speaking, it is. Some people use their social security number or some foreign number, and then you're going to put the actual number. Guess what? Many countries are already doing this. The United States are kind of behind the times, and we're just now catching up with this type of activity. Put your country in there and the address. Now, a lot of us are registered under our home office. That's our primary administrative office. So the reporting company address can probably be your home office. And then if you're existing, in other words, you came in prior to January 1st, you owned your business, You just check that box and you don't have to do the company applicant information. But if you're brand new, starting your business, whoever is applying is going to fill this out. And at the bottom, you're going to attach your driver's license, etc. They ask for what type? Driver's license, US passport, and then you put the number in there. Again, jurisdiction, state, and then you attach. Beneficial owner information. This is the person who owns the business or controls a great deal of the business. You're going to put that in here. And the residential address of that person. And then, again, attach your ID. That's it. Done. Okay? So just wanted you to see that. Now, if you're really curious about more on this reporting requirements, there's a 57-page document on the site for you to go and knock yourself out and read all about who this is and what it is and what we're trying to do, all of that good stuff. Let me see what else I want to tell you. I'm trying to move this out of the way so I can see things. As I mentioned before, there are reference guides, easy things for you to know. So let me just answer you some quick questions that you might still have. Do you have to file a BOI report if you own a single rental property in an LLC? Absolutely, you do have to do that. You are considered a reporting company because that LLC exists. Do you have to file 10 BOI reports if you own 10 LLCs? Yes, each one is a separate business and you have to do it. All right. Can certified public accountants, enroll agents, and other non-lawyers file BOI reports for clients without running afoul of unauthorized practice of law rules? It's still unclear. The jury is out. It's usually by your state. You should look at it. In general, if you're taking information your client reports to you and you enter it, technically you're not practicing law. But if you have to advise and clarify and do things that whether you're exempt or not, now you're advising and could be construed as law. I think it's not a difficult activity, and to let the beneficial owner do it his or herself, you can provide guidance. And I think that's a safe zone for you. But it really is unclear at this time. Are registered agents responsible for filing the BOI report? No. So your legal Zooms and your Corp Nets and those firms that you're using to do this, they're not the beneficial owner, and you shouldn't rely on them to do it. Do I need to list my social security number? No. As I showed you before, it's your EIN, right, for the business. Do I need to list a street address? Yes, because they want to know that you're legitimate and that you have a location. It's likely to be your home administrative office. Do the self-employed have to file? No. If you're not a registered reporting entity, you do not have to file. Do I need to list my attorney in the BOI report? Maybe. It depends. Are they an owner? Are they a beneficial owner? Then maybe. Or they're a registered agent? Maybe. So you have to look at that and decide on your own if you need to do that. Must I file an updated BOI report if a beneficial owner leaves the company? Yes, we discussed that. This is not an annual requirement, but only if information changes. Do I have to list my minor child in a BOI report? No. If your child is underage, you are the beneficial owner and can act as guardian and do that. Will criminals file BOI reports? Who knows? So the whole thing is it's kind of crazy. Every time, just as with any new rule, it takes time for people to understand. The government might be a little crazy and we may trip up on this, but it is really not a big deal. And I really want you to bring the anxiety down and just follow the rules. Go ahead and do it if you're concerned, whether you're exempt or not exempt. Do it. Better to avoid those penalties that are very stiff. Thank you for joining and listening to this message, and good luck with everything. I wish you a successful 2024. Bye.